In most developing countries, people keep saving money for what if this happens, what if that happens. So you have that sigh of relief that just in case anything happens, you are taken care of. Hi, my name is Vidhi. I represent Canada Mentors, which operates more like a boutique recruitment firm right here from Toronto. And today, Luiza and myself will be getting into a conversation talking about the benefits of moving to Canada, how as a Canadian citizen, I am benefited, my experience, my journey of moving from India to Canada. So, Luisa, well, I'm so excited to get this started with you.
Yes, Vidhi, I'm so happy too. I think that many of the doubts that people have, like I personally have, for sure, many Brazilians or people all over the world have the same doubts. So I think it's really fun and really nice for us to expose to people like how is all this bureaucracy or how is to going, how could be living in Canada, working as a senior software engineer. So yeah, I will do some questions, and I think that it will be very nice for everybody.
Yes, let's do it. I am excited and nervous at the same time. Don't give me very hard questions.
I'm sure you will be okay on that. Okay, so Vidi, you are a great example of somebody that left the country to go to try a new life in Canada. So tell us a little bit, your story and of course of Canada Mentors, because you are the owner. So tell us a little bit about your story.
Yes, me and my business partner, we started Canada Mentors 2 years ago. And right now we operate more like a boutique recruitment firm. At Canada Mentors, we work with companies in the North American tech space, Canadian tech space more so, and help these fast-paced, mission-driven, highly growing companies find the right software engineering talent. Everybody knows that Canada is in dearth of strong technical talent. So we try to bridge this gap by helping these companies find the right people from within Canada and from outside of Canada as well. So some of our clients are small to medium sized tech startups who find it's difficult for that size of a company to find local talent, especially because the big giants take away all the talent. And obviously, right, the other benefits that they offer are very lucrative. So a lot of smaller companies have a very tough time finding local talent. So we help them find senior software engineers, staff level, principal level engineers from Latin American countries, because time zone wise, it sits very nicely with PST, EST. And then folks in Nigeria, folks in India. So some companies don't really, are not very concerned about 100% overlap. So if 50% overlap is fine, then India has such good talent, technical talent. So yeah, we help these people relocate to Canada, and there are some opportunities that are fully remote. So yeah, people can be in their own home countries and work for the Canadian companies remotely. So that's our mission on our journey with Canada Mentors to bridge this gap, this dearth of talent.
And when did the idea of creating Canada Mentors came?
So it originally began as a mentorship program, even before it took a turn of recruitment. Um, a lot of people were reaching out to both me and my business partner because we had moved from India to Canada. So a lot of people were reaching out and trying to understand how to network in Canada, how to interview, which companies to apply for, how to understand the culture of different companies, which companies would be a good fit, which companies would not be that great of fit. So there we saw this opportunity that this is something that has a lot of substance to it. So it was more like a mentorship, like no cost involved, just helping people. That's that sort of a model. Wasn't really a business, but then with COVID, things changed quite a lot. And with companies having a tough time finding people, especially when everybody went remote and working remotely using Zoom, Teams, and Google Meets. That's how we operate now, right? And we started helping companies in our network, and then from there the journey started.
Yeah, that's great. Congratulations. I think that for sure it's a genuine business. It started with a necessity, and now it's a very nice business. But I think you are already answered a little bit of the next question that I would have. So Canada is one of the most friendly countries in the world. Why do you think Canadian companies are so open and friendly with immigrants?
Yeah, good question, Luisa. Well, I feel first and foremost, we can give credit to the immigration policies here. Canada is very pro-immigration. You compare it with our neighbors in the U.S., and then you draw this comparative analysis between Canada and U.S. Canada's immigration policies laws want people to move into Canada. They want educated, technical folks, skilled labor to come into the country. So I think that is one big reason. And also, I feel one other big reason is that it's a country made by immigrants. So if I didn't move, if I wasn't the first generation that moved to Canada, maybe my parents did. If my parents didn't move, maybe the grandparents did. So there is always one generation that moved to Canada from their home country. So I think people understand when they've gone through that phase themselves. So
Mhm.
here in Canada, we live, very, very collectively together. There are people from all over Latin America, from all over South Asia, from Western African countries, from literally everywhere. And we follow our traditions, we follow our culture, but we are still one because I guess we understand what this journey has been.
Yeah, that's so nice. For sure. I know many Brazilians that has this dream of going to Canada. For sure, this is, and for sure, not only Brazilians, but people all over the world. And I think that Canada sells it very well. Of course, I think that there's not such a perfect place in the world, but as you said, I think that Canada has like this sense of community. So it's like everybody just helping each other, and they know what they've been facing. So it's pretty nice for sure.
Sorry to interrupt. You talked about nothing being perfect. If I really have to pick one imperfection in Canada, I think that will just be the weather and nothing else. It's the weather. It gets cold. It does get cold. Some provinces face more snow than others. But for anybody watching this video, it doesn't get as cold that it becomes non-livable. It is still very livable. We still get sunshine most months of the year, and it's only a matter of couple months, nothing beyond that.
Yeah, this is very important to say. Of course, in the winter it snows, but it's not winter all the year. Like it's just a couple. I don't know how many months. Usually 3 or 4 months. I don't know that it's been so cold. After that, it's quite okay, right?
Exactly. So if you have the right clothing, and even if you have to step outside, you'll be okay. I mean, there will be, sure, in out of 365 days, maybe there are 5 days when it's really brutal outside. But then, like you said, there's nothing perfect. So I guess if everything else is fine, we can still manage those 5 days of brutality and just stay indoors, right?
Yeah, no, but this that you said is so important to bring to the discussion here, because for sure some people don't like winter, but as you said, you guys have the right clothes. This is something important. In Brazil, for instance, we don't have the right clothes for a winter, so that's why we suffer so much when it's too cold outside. So yeah, for sure, all the structure helps, and the clothes help so much for it, right?
Exactly. And every building, every structure, there is this law that it has to have central heating. So even if it is snowing outside, even if it is minus 15 outside, you still have your heat on. Wherever you are, that building will be heated. India doesn't get that cold, but then in India, in winters, you feel colder. Whenever in winters I'm speaking with my parents, we are doing a video call. They are fully covered. They are wearing a two. The heads are covered. They are wearing like three layers of sweaters, and the temperature is still like in maybe 5 degrees or 7 degrees, but they are colder because the system of central heating doesn't exist. But here, on the contrary, even if it's like minus 2 digits here, we are still okay because the system is in place. The infrastructure is such that it takes care of you.
Great, excellent. And we are talking here about life quality, right? I can see that people in Canada, they have like first world life quality. So they structure everything. It helps so people are just more happy, more comfortable, more, So very, very, very interesting. Okay, so one more question. For all the software engineers in Brazil or any other country in the world that would like to live in Canada, what do you think is the easiest way to relocate?
Right. So for technical talent, especially for senior software engineers, for these people, the easiest way I feel to relocate is to find employment in the country. So you find an employer in Canada, and then getting through your work permit application. So you find a job first. That employer should be okay sponsoring your work permit. You get a closed work permit, which is an employer bound work permit. So you are bound with the employer for a stipulated period of time, and your spouse gets an open work permit, so they can work anywhere in the world for any employer, and you actually can relocate with your family. So if you're by yourself, that's fine, but then if you have kids, you have a spouse, you can move with them if you have found a job already in Canada, and that company is open to sponsoring your work permit.
Okay, is it too expensive for the company to get these documents? Because I imagine that, of course, the companies that are doing this, they are doing this only for senior people, right? They are not doing this for a junior developer or a mid-level. I imagine that only for senior because, of course, it must have some cost. So to be worthy for the company, only for senior people, right?
Correct. So from what I vaguely recollect, it is usually $1,000 per application per person. But then obviously, right, I mean, if you're taking help of a lawyer or if you're taking help of an immigration consultant, then they would have their own fees. But I think it is $1,000 that goes to the government.
Yeah, that's nice. I thought it was more expensive, to be honest. I thought it was more, so that's good to know. Okay, what are companies looking for in senior engineers?
What companies are looking for in senior engineers? Good question. Well, a bunch of skill sets, both hard and soft. So on the soft skill side, obviously, right? I mean, communication, being clear in what you're saying, coming across as very structured, good interpersonal skills. That is key, because if you're technically very sound, you know everything, but then you're not able to speak your mind, you're not able to share your thoughts, then it is hard to work or collaborate with others, right? So then culture fit matters a lot too. One needs to come across as a flexible person, as somebody who's moldable, somebody who's approachable. Um, Again, if you're an amazing engineer, you're a principal level engineer, but then you're arrogant, or you're snobbish, or you think too high of yourself, or you think that everybody else um, is very junior, or if you behave in that manner, that you come across as arrogant, then again people cannot work with you, and this is a big red flag. So being flexible, being somebody who is open to working with others, that is so important. Talk about your technical skills in interviews, being comfortable with the coding rounds that companies conduct. Some people are not okay if somebody's watching them coding live. So I guess a lot of practice is required in order to get okay. Because some companies might be flexible in altering the interview process, giving you a take-home assignment, but then some companies will not deter, will not alter the process. So I guess a lot of preparation, a lot of uh, preparation on data structures, algo for the coding round. Then system design, you have to prepare a lot, make sure that you're able to come across as very structured, asking the right questions. I think that is also very important.
Yeah, very interesting because it happens a lot with me. Sometimes I say to my candidates, like, I can see that you are a senior because of course, all of your experiences and your resume and everything, and by talking with you. But sometimes it's hard for us to defend the name, it's hard for us to try to present a guy if he can't create connection in the communication skills. That's why the English is so important, right? We at least, and this is something funny because I've noticing this difference. For instance, Indians, they speak English very well. Brazilians at all, not so much. Of course, not a rule, but I can see these differences when I interview people. So something that Brazilians should improve for sure is the idiom. So yeah, I think that this part of the communication skills is really important to create the connections, right?
Exactly. That's a good point, Luisa. And I feel to if somebody is really wanting to move to a country where English is a first language, everybody spends time on Netflix. Everybody's watching, movies. So might as well spend some time watching content that is in English. So you can get subtitles in your own language so that way you can make sense of what's happening. So I think watching TV shows or content that is purely in English also helps.
Yeah, and I am an example, right? I'm not fluent. I think, okay, we can communicate, so it's okay, it's enough. But yeah, of course, studying is very important too. Okay, nice. So, what do you think, as the last question, Vidhi, what are the benefits of working in companies in Canada?
Benefits of working with Canadian companies. I feel there is a lot that Canada offers. Healthcare is free, which is amazing, right? Not in most developing countries, people keep saving money for what if this happens, what if that happens. So you have that sigh of relief. So you don't have to make an effort to save money if what if something what if something happens because you are taken care of. Then there are certain things like dental, which the government doesn't take care of. So if you are in Canada, living in Canada, you have an employer you're working for, dental is also covered, not just for yourself, but for your family. And family includes your children, your spouse. And apart from healthcare, education for your kids is also free. So until the child doesn't go to university, which is also referred to as college in many countries, you don't have to pay a penny. There are private schools as well, but then obviously they are super expensive. And some people who can afford private schools, so their kids go there. But then public schools are equally good. I mean, there is no problem. The education is good. They are available in your locality.
Very, very interesting. I didn't know about it. And we come back to the same subject. We are talking here about life quality because if your kids can have a good study, for sure they can get a good job and the cycle just goes on.
Right. No, Canada is a great place to be. I have been here myself for 7 years, and I moved from India, and there were a lot of things that I, as a woman, felt strongly about when I was in India. And ever since I moved to Canada, I felt equal to any man. I felt there was gender equality. Both at personal level, at a professional level, there is gender equality. Women feel safe here, even if you're outside in the night. You feel safe. You don't. I mean, there are a lot of developing countries where women feel unsafe, right? I mean, if they're alone or if they are out in the night, things happen. But then never ever in these 7 years have I felt anything that I felt happened because I was a woman.
Very interesting. So respect, right? Respect is for sure a big value of that we can see in Canada.
I think so. And respect for everybody, which is a great thing to have.
Great, great, Vidhi. I think that you can talk a little bit about our open positions that we usually have, so people can register on our website, and why not living in Canada, right?
Of course, yes, 100%. So yeah, we are always hiring for senior software engineers. Anybody working in a modern tech stack, be it Golang, Node.js, React, Angular, Python. We want to hear from us. So right now we are fully focused on software engineering roles. If you're looking for one, reach out to us. Our website is canadamentors.com.
Great. Thank you very much, Vidhi, for this time. It was really nice. I love it. I think we should do many more like this. And thank you, everybody, for watching it. Yeah, we are here to help, right, Vidhi?
Yes, Luiza. Well, thank you. Thank you for the idea. I am glad we did this, and see you in the next video.